learners, welcome to this MOOC on Sociology of Health and Illness. Today we will discuss the unit 40 of our course. In the previous unit, we have discussed about different problems faced by the persons with disability, be it physical or social. This unit intends to provide information about the schemes and programs provided by the government or the non-government organizations for the welfare of the persons with disability. The Government of India has forwarded different schemes and benefits. Let us discuss some of those. First is the AIDP scheme, or the Assistance to Disabled Persons for purchase of aids and appliances. Under this scheme, assistance is provided to the needy PWDs for buying good quality, lasting and latest aids and appliances to enable their total functioning and mainstreaming in society. Grants are released to different agencies for purchasing and distributing them. Then comes the DDRS, or the Deen Dayal Disable Rehabilitation Scheme. It is a scheme forwarded by the central government to provide grant in aid to non-governmental organizations for projects relating to rehabilitation of PWDs aimed at enabling them to reach and maintain optimal physical, sensory, intellectual, psychosocial functional levels. It also intends to create an enabling environment to ensure equal opportunities, equity, social justice, and empowerment of persons with disability. The scheme also intends to encourage voluntary action for ensuring effective implementation of the Rights to Persons with Disability Act 2016. Then comes the District Disability Rehabilitation Centers, or the DDRCS. These are set up in the unserved districts by creating infrastructure, training, and guidance of rehabilitation professionals. The DDRCs are provided with financial, infrastructural, administrative, and technical support by the central and the state governments, so that they are in a position to provide rehabilitation services to persons with disability in the concerned districts. Then we have the SIPDA, or Scheme for Implementation of the Rights of Persons with Disability Act 2016. This scheme is implemented for providing financial assistance to fulfill all the various activities outlined in the Rights to Persons with Disability Act 2016 relating to rehabilitation and barrier-free access. Now let us try to know about institution-based rehabilitation programs. Institution-based rehabilitation is one of the three approaches in rehabilitation of PWDs. These services are provided in hospitals, be it public or private, or other institutions through short-term special treatment with the purpose of addressing their needs and concerns. Most of the institution-based programs start early stage, where skilled professionals provide treatment and focused interventions. But the number of beneficiaries in these institutions is usually very small in number. But specialized care, advanced medical approaches can be provided by an interdisciplinary team consisting of physician, psychiatrist, physiotherapist, speech therapist, psychologist, psychiatric social worker, nursing care, etc. Many a times, people with severe disabilities are treated in hospitals or institutions where they may need special attention and management. For the rehabilitation of the PWDs, the Government of India had established the Rehabilitation Council of India as a statutory body under the Rehabilitation Council of India Act 1992, with the purpose of developing, standardizing and regulating training programs and courses in the field of rehabilitation and special education. It also maintains the Central Rehabilitation Register for qualified professionals, personnels, and standardizes and regulates their training in the area of rehabilitation and special education, and also promotes research in special education. Then universities and other institutions, be it government or non-government, are also required to get the approval of RCI before offering any training course in the field of rehabilitation or special education. The RCI facilitates a national bridge course for persons who do not have any recognized rehabilitation qualification and have been working in the field of disability. It has launched a national program on orientation of medical officers working in primary healthcare centers to create awareness and sensitization in the rural areas. Then comes the National Trust. The National Trust is a statutory body set up under the National Trust for the Welfare of Persons with Autism, Cerebral Palsy, Mental Retardation, and Multiple Disabilities. It discharges two duties, legal and welfare, through the schemes and implements activities like training, awareness, and capacity building program and empowerment. It also offers registration to voluntary organizations, Association of PWDs, and Association of Parents of PWDs. During the year to 2020-2021, there were about 668 registered organizations of the National Trust in India. Now let us try to know about the schemes under the National Trust of India. First is Disha. It is an early intervention and school readiness scheme for children up to 10 years of age. Then comes the Vikas Daycare scheme for people with autism, cerebral palsy, and multiple disabilities for those above 10 years. Another scheme under this trust is Samarth, which provides respite home for orphans and families in crisis. Then comes Gharonda, which is a group home for adults providing housing and care services throughout the life. Then comes the Nirmaya scheme. It is a health insurance scheme which provides affordable health insurance. Then we have the Sahayogi scheme. It is a caregiver training scheme. This scheme is set up for caregiver cells. Then we have Prerna. It is a marketing assistance scheme to create channels for sale of products and services produced by persons with any disability. Then we have Sambhav. This scheme helps to set up additional resource centers in each city to collect aids and other assistive devices. Some schemes are also merged together, like the Disha and the Vikas scheme, which are daycare schemes. Then Samarth and Gharonda scheme. Gyan Prabha. It is an educational support scheme for helping PWDs to pursue educational or other vocational courses. Then we have Barte Kadam. This scheme intends to create awareness, community interaction, and innovate projects. The Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment also has certain national institutes under them which intends to empower the persons with disability. These institutes prioritize human resource development in this sector by conducting various courses on disability, provide rehabilitation services, and promote research and development. 9 institutions has been set up under the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, and they are the National Institute for Empowerment of Persons with Visual Disability. It is located in Dehradun. Then the Ali Yavar Jung National Institute of Speech and Hearing Disabilities. It is located in Mumbai. Then we have National Institute for the Empowerment of Persons with Intellectual Disability. located in Sikandarabad. Then we have the National Institute for Empowerment of Persons with Multiple Disabilities, located in Chennai. Then Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay National Institute for Persons with Physical Disability, located in Delhi. Then we have Swami Vivekananda National Institute of the Rehabilitation Training and Research, located in Cuttack. Then National Institute for Locomotor Disabilities, located in Kolkata. The Indian Sign Language Research and Training Center, located in New Delhi. And finally, the National Institute of Mental Health and Rehabilitation, located in Sehore. Apart from these, we also have the Composite Regional Centers, or the CRS, for skill development, rehabilitation and empowerment of persons with disability, and 21 centers are set up as extended arms of the National Institute to provide rehabilitation services to all categories of PWDs, train professionals, and create awareness. A department for the empowerment of persons with disabilities under the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment is also established. It is the nodal agency set up in May 2012 with the aim to facilitate empowerment and inclusion of the persons with disability and their development. Some of the features of these agencies are: it implements legislations, sets up institutions, organizations to undertake prevention, early detection, intervention, education, health, vocational training, and social integration of PWDs. In some states in the country, the Social Welfare Department or the Department of Differently Able are responsible for execution of the above responsibilities. Now, in context of the employment of the PWDs, it is seen that job placement helps the PWDs to earn a living, live independently, and develop and maintain social relationships successfully. It gives them a sense of positive self-esteem and dignity in life. But finding a job becomes an uphill task and a major challenge. As it is, they face hurdles in securing a good education or vocational training, and with jobs, it is another big impediment. So, the government and the public sector enterprises have taken the major responsibility of providing employment to PWDs in India. There is 4% reservation in government departments, and this has extended to higher ranking of A and B categories. Establishment of national institutes for different types of disabilities is also another major step towards the employment of the disabled people. However, most of the posts are reserved for orthopedically challenged, but are often not filled because most of the candidates are not equipped to clear the interview process. The job placements in both government and other organized public sectors benefit those PWDs in the urban areas than those in the rural areas. This has been a major concern which needs to be addressed. Therefore, the Government of India, as per the national policy, proposes to initiate dialogue with private sector organizations to help in generating employment for the PWDs, develop home-based income generation programs, especially for persons with severe and multiple disability, coaching for employment, make modification in the design of machinery and work environment to remove barriers, also to create networks with marketing boards, create district rural development agencies, private agencies and NGOs in marketing of goods produced by PWDs. Generally, few steps are involved in job placement of the PWDs. First is gathering information on job vacancies and on job seekers, making contacts with employers, making technical advice, conducting job and work analysis, job matching, job coaching, and providing follow-up services. Additional information may be essential for some PWDs, such as location of the job, factors related to accessibility, transportation, the policy of the organization related to employment of persons with disability, knowledge of the local labor market trends, and requirements is also essential. Employment placement services for the PWDs should function effectively by forming linkages with other stakeholders and be able to tie up the PWDs with the right employment based on their qualification and skills. However, it is often seen that employment of PWDs in the organized sector has been a major challenge. Therefore, measures like incentives, awards, tax exemptions are given to employers of private sectors to encourage the employment of PWDs by the government. Due to the challenges of getting the PWDs employed in the organized sector, today self-employment is identified as a need of the hour due to the slow pace of employment opportunities for the PWDs in the organized sector. Nowadays, with advancement in technology, e-commerce, opportunities are increasing. Government also supports this by providing incentive, tax concession, and exemption from duties, etc. to promote self-employment of the PWDs. Self-help groups of PWDs are also given priority in availing financial support and those who need it for startups. Now let us discuss about the role of non-governmental organization. NGOs are non-governmental organizations whose primary aim is to provide assistance to PWDs. Many NGOs or non-governmental organization intends to provide assistance to the PWDs, be it physical, medical, vocational training, rehabilitation, skill training, and many other services that are required by the differently able population. Many times the government sector is not able to reach out to the 2 crore people in country who needs assistance. Hence, the NGOs fill up this large service gap by reaching out to those inaccessible parts with the passion and zeal to provide the required help. Now let us try to know about some of these non-governmental organizations who have been working to assist the PWDs. First is the CBR, which we have discussed in the previous unit. Then comes the Christian Blind Mission, which is an international Christian development organization committed to improving the quality of life of people with disabilities in the poorest countries of the world. It was founded in 1908 by Pastor Ernst Jacob Christoffel in Turkey as a home for blind and disabled and orphaned. Based on its religious values and over 100 years of professional expertise, this organization addresses poverty and works in partnership in over 20 countries in the most disadvantaged societies, irrespective of race, gender, or religion, to reduce the prevalence and conditions that lead to disability, promote equal opportunities for economic empowerment, livelihood security, and full inclusion in all aspects of society for persons with disability. Another such organization is the Blind People Association. The Blind People's Association is a professional organization established in 1984 to provide employment opportunities to PWD. Education, employment, self-employment through microcredit system, placement in public and private sectors has been the focus of the organization since its inception, which believes in providing equal opportunities to all categories of people with disabilities. In this category, the Swayam Siddha Pariyojana project focuses on the empowerment of blind women by providing them microcredit so that they can be independent individuals. There are also several grassroots level NGOs that adopt community-based approaches and address the problem at the local level. And they have all the requisite knowledge of the people, their culture, and other issues, which makes it easier for them to implement the programs. Their work begins with creating awareness and sensitizing the local community and then involving their participation, which makes it possible to carry out the need-based disability intervention approaches. The non-governmental organizations also play a crucial role in supporting PWDs in finding a job and providing placement services, which is a valuable resource. The networks established by the NGOs in this context go a long way in securing jobs. It is an important institutional mechanism that complements the endeavor of the government. Most NGOs focus on rehabilitation and advocacy. Some of the activities carried out by the NGOs in India are: they conduct job fairs, companies are invited to screen and hire the PWDs, provide skill training based on vocational training curriculum like welding, carpentry, short-term, long-term computer courses, horticulture training, creating employment cell for PWD, vocational guidance, training, access to employment related other support services, post-training and post-placement support, etc. They also provide pre-employment services, supplementary education, counseling, consultancy, collaboration with industries to offer medical transcription training, participation in helping them to participate in job melas, placement to the registered PWDs, computer training, call center job placement, policy advocacy, partnership, constituting awards for employers of the disabled, etc. The NGOs are also actively involved in policy formulation, planning, implementation, and various other aspects related to the rehabilitation of the PWDs. Apart from the government and the non-governmental organization, there are also several PWD associations. The Association for PWD function at the state, regional, national, and international levels, focusing on single disability or cross disability and are inclusive of all people with disabilities. They are mostly advocacy associations focusing on changing policies and ensuring equal rights and opportunities for PWD. They are registered, structured, and function like any other organization. There are many such associations in India. One of them is the Association of People with Disability, established way back in 1959 in Bangalore. The APD works extensively for the rehabilitation of PWD from the most disadvantaged and underprivileged sections of society to an inclusive society and intend to mainstream them. So, dear learners, through this unit we have tried to know about the schemes, programs, and activities conducted by various government or non-government organizations for the welfare of PWD. Do you know anybody who has been a beneficiary of any such scheme? Please do share with us. Thank you.